Hello, my name is SHENG. My metric number is 271605. Let me start the presentation. Countries around the world are looking for where to go green for a good reason. For example, Japan has been very successful in strengthening recycling practice. So we believe that in Malaysia, the government promote the use of solar energy system to implement this practice. Next, we move to problem statement. As we know, the Earth has been facing environmental problems for a long time. Among them, the most serious problem include climate change, pollution, and energy crisis. This problem not only affect to the environment but also human health, ecology, even the economy. That's why countries around the world are looking for way to solve that problem. The first problem is climate change. Climate change will cause several disasters which include floods, drought, and global warming. The consequences of these disasters together are causing diseases, affect human daily life, causing financial loss, and more. For example, flood will cause traffic jams, therefore may prevent humans from going to school or going to work. For another example, with a drought or crops, crop cannot grow. This leads a reduction in farmer income to maintain their daily life. Next, we move to second problem, which is pollution. The pollution can be said that is a long-term problem. The example for pollution is air pollution, water pollution, sound pollution, and more. But why we choose air pollution? Because we believe that the use of solar energy system can reduce the air pollution effective compared with other pollutions. Air pollution can be said that is a very serious problem and it brings a significant impact to human, animals, and plants. For humans, it will influence their health and daily life. The example for health is it may cause difficulty breathing and increase the number of large cancer. For daily life, the smoke which causes the air pollution can block the views and make driving more dangerous. Next, we move to animals. The air pollution can influence to animal because when the animal inhale a large number of toxic gases, it may cause poisoning and even death. Not just like that, the air pollution also will affect the growth of plants. Next, we move to last problem, which is energy crisis. An energy crisis will influence to the economy and also society. For economy, it will make a higher electricity price. As we know, when the number of demand is higher than the number of goods, it automatically will make a increasing on price. Next, unemployment. To reduce the operating cost, industry will reduce the number of their workers to get more revenues. Next, society. An energy crisis will make an increasing of price. At the same time, the cost of our daily life also will be increased. Not just like that, it also will cause a shortage of natural gas. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Brian, matrix number 270728. Now I'm going to talk about why solar energy is recommended. Solar energy is recommended to be used by Malaysians in order to reduce global warming. Solar energy is the bright light and energy the sun gives the world. It is harnessed from the sun using modern technologies such as solar panel, solar heating, and other artificial solar architecture. Solar energy is the vital source of green electricity, and the systems are commonly described as either passive solar and active solar, based on how people leverage and turn solar energy into solar power. In addition, Solar energy is a truly renewable source of energy because it can be harnessed in everywhere and every day. We will not possibly run out of solar energy because of the sun, unlike other sources such as oil, natural gas, coal, nuclear energy, and so on. As long as the sun exists, solar energy will always be available for us to harness into solar power. Nevertheless, since we are using solar energy to replace our electrical energy, it helps to reduce our electricity bills. When we use the solar system to generate solar energy into electricity, our electricity bills will drop because solar energy has replaced electricity. Moreover, we can also save the electricity energy used. Solar systems such as solar thermal solar panel also do not need a lot of maintenance, so it will not cost a lot of maintenance cost too. Furthermore, solar energy can be used for a variety of technologies and purposes. Solar energy can be used for electricity production in place without connection to the energy grid using solar thermal solar panels and so on. For example, when there is a blackout in our housing area, we can use the solar thermal to generate solar energy into electricity. So we do not have to worry about there will be no electricity during blackout. Solar energy may be also be used to distill water in certain remote regions of fresh water, or to operate communication satellites or to be implemented into the components used by structures and residents. This growing world of technology and development has made the possibility of using this abundant form of energy in different technologically benefiting ways. Initially, the energy from the sun is trapped inside a cell called solar cell and is stored in them for using it as a replacement for electricity and other purposes. Sun is the source of solar energy, and this energy cannot be destroyed. This non-conventional form of energy does not pollute or affect any other things, which is also the reason to promote the use of solar energy in every field. Although solar energy has been criticized for being too expensive and inefficient, it has been proved that solar energy is very beneficial to people and environment. Nowadays, technologies are getting better and better, as well as solar energy-based technologies, and it will eventually make solar energy into a substantially more efficient energy source. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am THARSHAN MANOHARAN, metric number 272457. Previously, my friend got tell you about the recommendation solution for our concept. Now, I'm gonna give explanation about descriptions of concept. Solar power produce clean, renewable energy from the sun which help the ecosystem. Alternative to fossil fuels reduce carbon emission at home and abroad, reducing global greenhouse gases. Solar is considered to have a beneficial impact on the climate. Solar energy produces quick, sun-based renewable electricity which benefits the climate. Alternative to fossil fuels reduce carbon footprint at domestic and distant places, lowering greenhouse around the globe. Solar is also known to have fine effect on the environment. There are few examples of ideas that government implement in order to stay green and wholesome existence. The first concept that the government can implement is solar cooking. Using the renewable and emission-free power from the solar cooking does not have the bad environment effect and necessities of conventional cooking techniques, which includes air pollution, generous natural sources for solid fuels, and spending significant time amazing and processing strong fuels. Solar cooking allows consumers to prepare dinner without emitting harmful emissions, which make a contribution to climate alternate and reduce deforestation through minimizing the need of stable gas. We are all based upon the limited asset of fossil fuels on the earth, and the dwindling forests are being exhausted by firewood. Sun cooking reduces the dependence on the asset. Although it takes food longer to cook in the cooker, the time it takes to prepare and easy vastly reduced. When the cooking meals with low warmness, nutrition and other nutrients don't smash down. Furthermore, solar cooked meals are free mutagens and cancer agents produce high warm strategies. And these are the examples of solar cooker. You can see how the solar cooker works and some examples from it. The next is the government can implement go green concept in solar using solar lighting. Solar power is an easy, affordable and efficient way to power street lamps, exterior lights, string lights, landscape lights and other lights. Solar lights do not require complex setups or electricity hookups. They are cost efficient and reduce the risk of interruptions and poor connection. Solar lights will come up with dozens of hits on light bulbs, lantern, street lights, and more with low prices. With a lengthy term of saving in power fees, switching to solar makes feel and financial viewpoint. And these are the examples of solar lighting and which used in countries like US, UK and Japan. And yeah, here we come. Finally, the final description concept in solar is rooftop solar. Unlike the fossil fuel that still provide the bulk of the country power supply, solar panels generate electricity with no air or carbon pollutions, no ash or other waste products, and no inputs other than sunlight. Rooftop PV electricity generations involves little to no water. That stands in contrast to almost all power plants that makes electricity using steam. Thank you. And these are the examples of rooftop solar. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for my previous friends, and now I want to present about the analysis of concept. And the analysis of concept in solar system is a system that was used to convert it into electricity, and many industries have using this method and have implemented this method in order to save a planet and reduce the harm to the environment. In our analysis, there are many technologies that we can use, but we want to highlight two. The first one is photovoltaic. Photovoltaic is a system that will use solar panel, and it was installed in the rooftop or in the mounted grounded solar farms, and it can convert the sunlight, and it's called sunlight, and it convert it into the wattage. Okay, for the second technology is a concentrate solar energy. It's a thermal system or thermal energy, the function is to create steam and it turn the solar energy to the electricity by rotary engine. For the pros or advantage of this concentrated solar energy is it was a renewable energy sources, and it was free from carbon that can harm the environment. And for the disadvantage or the cons is the energy might be low in terms of density, and the method is quite high price or high in costing. Okay, for the last part is idea testing, and I believe that this concept or this technology can be implemented in our country, Malaysia, because our country have only the hydroelectric. But if we can implement this technology, we can have a variety of the sources of the electricity, and many world or many country that was use this method in order to save a planet, in order to have a variety of the electric sources. Okay, that was all my parts, and I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
For the next one is, what do people think about solar energy? The first and basic scientific fact to note about solar energy is that over the last few billion years, all life on Earth has been made possible by energy provided by the sun. We have to acknowledge very humbly that quite literally, without any reservation or qualification, we owe everything to the sun. Secondly, the so-called modern lifestyle is found on relatively cheap but plentiful fossil fuel. In fact, these fossil fuels are fossilized remains of plant and animal biomass, which exists on the planet hundreds of millions of years ago. Mankind is poised to use up, within a few hundred years, the fossilized biomass, which took tens of billions of years to form. In the process, mankind is also poised to cause irreversible damage to the Earth biosphere that will make a continuation of the modern lifestyle quite problematic in the future. Solar energy can be harnessed directly through PV panel in the form of heat, or of course in the form of plant growth. Wind energy, hydropower, and tidal energy of the ocean are forms of renewable energy, ultimately derived from the sun through natural process occurring on the planet. In the coming decade, mankind has no choice but to make a huge switch from fossil fuel toward clean and renewable source of energy, even if that requires some adaptation in lifestyle. In conclusion, it is clear about the purpose of writing this report is to suggest a best and friendly way to reduce the global warming that has been faced by our Earth for a long time. To overcome the global warming problem that caused by the two big categories such as natural climate fluctuation and the impact of human activity, our group would like to suggest the application of solar energy to replace the nowadays energy. As we know, solar energy is the radiant light and heat that sun provides to the Earth. On the other hand, solar energy was an alternative to our fossil fuel energy. There are a few examples of ideas that Malaysian government can implement so that we can live a green and healthy life. For example, solar transportation, solar lighting, and also the most familiar rooftop solar. For addition, the creation from solar system can be adapted as the precise component with the proper formula for positioning product or service idea. The art emerges from employment, the medium in materializing the weather, and from the method concerned in development the merchandise too. In a nutshell, as a researcher of the application of the solar energy system, we hope this ideal concept can be accepted by our country to overcome or reduce the global warming that happening for a long time. So this report is to recommend the application of solar system for any country in this world Earth to save our Earth lifespan. That's all. Thank you.